Welcome back to the Voice of Investing. I'm your host, Accent 2K2, and today we got a good one. First of all, we're going to actually talk about leverage. Now, a lot of people are scared of leverage. A lot of you have probably been taught the wrong things about leverage. A lot of you may not like to trade high leverage and was told, hey, you just need to use low leverage. Use low leverage and be careful. Use like 3% or 2x or use 5x. Well, I'm here to show you how to use high leverage and how to be profitable. So, I was one of those people who started off doing leverage. And when I first started doing leverage, I was told the same thing. I was told the best way to use leverage is to use 2x or 3x or 5x at the most. Don't do 10x or anything like that. Don't do 20x, 25x, 50x. Don't be a degenerate doing 100x or anything like that. Well, that's what I believe. And I would trade all the time, taking 3x. And then I remember one day I finally went up to 5x. And then one day I went up to 10x. And the minute I moved up to like 10x, I was getting liquidated. There were some times when I probably was trading 5x leverage and getting liquidated. But I'm here to tell you that I personally think that that model of trading leverage is wrong. Now, it's up for debate because some of you might say, hey, when I trade leverage, I trade just the low leverage just so I can get like 2x my amount of money or 3x my amount of money. And that may work for you. And that may be good and you make little small little gains and everything. But I'm telling you. So first of all, I use this platform called Tealstreet, right? And Tealstreet is what you see here on the screen right here. This is what I use to trade leverage with, right? And it uses your API keys of whatever leverage trading platform you're on. So for me, I'm telling you right now, I was trading that other way using low leverage. And then I would see people in the Tealstreet forum trading high leverage 50x, 100x, 125x. And I was like, wow, how do y'all do that? And then I would look and I would see their gains, and they got like 1,000% gains, 500% gains, 250% gains. And I'm like, how do you do that with trading high leverage? Because everything I've been taught means that when you use high leverage, your account's going to blow up. So it's something that I kind of steered away from. And like I said, I've even, would get liquidated on 10x trades, 5x trades. So I would stay away from it. Now, the reason why a lot of people get liquidated when they trade leverage is, number one, I don't think they understand leverage. Number two, I don't think that they're using the right size. So most people, when they're using leverage, they're probably going to take, like, especially someone who's new, they're probably going to take their whole account that they have on the trading platform and go, 5x, 2x, 3x, 10x. They might get bold and say, I want to do 20x or 25x. And using your whole account is never a smart strategy. So for me personally, what I like to do is I treat it like this. If I'm going to trade on a leverage trading platform, I think of it as a tool. So that's key. It's just a tool. And what was said to me to get me past the fear of trading with high leverage was, don't overthink it. Leverage is just a tool. It doesn't mean you have to go all in on a trade and trade 3x, 5x, 10x, or whatever. For sure, don't go all in on a trade and trade 50x, 100x, 125x, or whatever, right? So, what I like to do with leverage is I personally just use it as a tool. And for me, the way to trade high leverage is I treat it just like as if I was trading spot. So for me, let's say if I have a crypto portfolio or whatever portfolio, it could be stocks, whatever, anything that I'm trading leverage with, I'm going to take 5% of my total portfolio at max to trade with, whether it's in leverage or anything like that. So I'm taking 5% of my total portfolio, my funds that I have to trade with, and that's the max that I'm willing to put into a trading platform. Then let's say, you know what? I need to I need to show you what that looks like. So let's see. How can I do this? How can I show you what that looks like? Let's see. I hate that I don't already have this up, but okay. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna take a calculator right here, right? So let's say you have. We're just gonna keep it simple. So we're gonna use low numbers, or could be high numbers depending on what your funds are. So let's say if you had $1,000, right? If you take $1,000, right, multiply that times 5%, right, then you're gonna get $50, right? So that's $50. So if I only had $1,000 to trade, or $1,000 worth of crypto, the most that I should be willing to risk is $50 in any trade, period, right? But the most that I should be willing to risk on a leverage trade and exchange is 5% of my total portfolio. If I'm hodling, let's say I had $1,000 in XYZ asset, then I'm willing to take 5% of that, which comes out to $50, right? So for the purposes of this, because some of you may have even more, let's see, what does that look like? Let's say you have 5,000, right? So you're gonna take that, you're gonna multiply that times 5%. Boom, that's $250, right? So you got $250 that you can move over to a crypto exchange. Let's say you have more, right? I mean, you see how it scales up, right? So let's say you have even 10,000. I still would only take 5% of 10,000 and move $500 over to a leverage trading platform, right? That's already a lot. That's 5% of your portfolio, right? So if you lose this all, for you guys who like to go all in on a trade, if you lose this all, you just lost 5% of your portfolio. You took a 5% loss on your total portfolio, and that's not smart. So even after I take this 5% and move it to a leverage trading platform, I'm going to take each trade, I'm going to take 5% of that amount. So let's say $500 times 5%, that's $25 trades. And you might say, well, if you're taking $25 trades, how can you make any money? Like that's not enough to do anything. What am I going to do with $25? Well, let's say you're trading, and this is how you don't blow out your account, right? Let's say you're trading 100x, right? 100x leverage. So you're just taking that $25. Remember, it's 5% of that $500, which that $500 is 5% of a $10,000 crypto portfolio. So you're taking that $25 and you're multiplying that times 100 if you're using 100x leverage. So now you got $2,500 per trade. So now you see how you can take something as small as 5% of $10,000 and use 100x leverage and trade 5% of $500, which is $25 a trade, and you're controlling $2,500 on that trade. So then you take that $2,500 and you have that to trade. So you might say, okay, what can I buy with that? I don't know. Let's see. Like, okay, you got Bitcoin here. You know, that's one thing. Let's see. The price right now of Monero is $163.67. So you got 2,500 divided by, let's see, let's just say 163 to make it easy, right? And then you're going to control 15.33, like roughly 15 Monero, right? So then you can make trades off of 15 Monero. Let's say Monero goes, we'll just make it simple, right? So let's say you have 15 Monero. You bought it at $163, right? Monero goes up to, so that's 15 times 163. That was $2,445. All right. Monero goes up to 15 times, let's say 168. Okay, now that's $2,520. All right. You subtract that minus, what was it? That's 2520. I think it was 2,445. So that's like a $75 profit that you made off of $25 that you risked. You only risked $25 using 100x leverage. It goes up to 168. That's $75 right there, right? So as you can see, you can make money with just a small amount of money. You're only risking a small amount of your capital and you can make money on it. And you can do this day in and day out. You don't have to risk your whole portfolio. It doesn't take that much. So when you see these guys and they're using 100x leverage, some of them are just strictly gambling and they may just risk their whole portfolio. And you see these guys like, oh, I just lost, $80,000, or I lost 2 million or whatever, right? That's up to them. Leave that up to those guys who want to gamble. But I'm trying to tell you how to do it smart and how to be accurate. And this right here, this is a pro tip. This is a game changer. So if you don't believe me, try it. Try it. Like, this is not financial advice. But if you're someone who likes to trade leverage, paper trade it. If you want to see how it works and if you want to master this, this is what I did is I paper traded at first and I figured it out. Then I put in some money and figured it out, right? But in order to figure it out, I had to narrow it down. I had to stick to my trading plan. I had to say, hey, I only want to risk 5% at the max per trade. So what does that look like? Well, the most that I'm willing to put on a centralized perpetual exchange is going to be 5% at the max of my total portfolio. So then, whatever that looks like I said, this is hypothetical, right? Like 10,000, and this is a hypothetical because it could be way less than this. It could be way more than that, right? But for you or whoever, or for me, right? So take 10,000 again, times 5%. That's $500. Then per trade on that exchange, which means you can trade a lot of trades, you're going to take 5% of that $500. That's $25. So then if you want to see how many trades you can make, you got 500 divided by 25. That gives you 20 trades that you can do. That gives you plenty of room to make mistakes. That gives you plenty of room to make money. You might have some losing trades, but if you're smart, what you're going to do is even when you're making those trades, you're going to put stop losses, right? So like the cool thing I like about Tealstreet, and you can check the link in the bio, for all my links, but with Tealstreet, this platform, what you can do is you can make your stop loss. And one thing about me that I like to do is I like to trade the extremes. So for me, sometimes I'll trade on shorter time frames, but that's usually just to look for an entry. But most of the time I'm taking trades off the daily. I'm looking at what's going on with the daily, right? So I like to use, Ichimoku Cloud. Everybody has their own secret sauce, what they like to use, but I like to trade the extremes. So I might start buying from here all the way down to here, right? To get into a long position. And then all my orders might not even hit. But when they do hit, they're on high leverage, right? So like you see right here, this is 100x leverage, or you can't even see it right there. But let me see if I can scroll up some more to show you what I'm talking about. Oh, it's not showing on the screen. Sorry about that. I'm only showing mainly the chart here. But yes, as you can see, if you take these trades, right, and let's say you're taking 100x leverage, it might be a small amount, but that small amount can add up really quick on 100x leverage, and you're only risking, let's say, $25. You might be risking $10, whatever your budget is, and you can take plenty of trades and you can stay in the game. That's the name of the game. Stay in the game. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps some of you out there understand how to trade high leverage. And so you're not like, whoa, you're a degenerate. You're using 100x leverage. Everybody who's using high leverage is not a degenerate. Some of us out there are trading off of, we only have 5% of our total portfolio on a perpetual exchange, because guess what? Centralized exchanges get hacked. They go out of business. They can exit scam. And I'm not saying that's going to happen with this exchange or any exchange. I'm just going by what I have seen from experience and in the past. So, hey, I hope this helps someone out there. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share, click the notification bell. And hey, if you like my videos, man, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. Anyways, I hope all is well. Talk to you guys soon.